Soap is used to wash many things and it is a salt of a fatty acid. Generally, solid soap is the sodium salt of a fatty acid. Soaps are surfactants usually used for washing, bathing, and other types of housekeeping. A surfactant is a compound that lowers the surface tension between two liquids. Soap was firstly discovered around 2500 BC and its recipe was written on a Sumerian clay tablet. Soap was produced by heating a mixture of oil, wood ash, which contains potassium carbonate, which is converted to potassium hydroxide by treatment with calcium hydroxide. Both animal fats and vegetable oil contain triglycerides. The triglycerides themselves are triple esters of glycerol with fatty acids. Glyceryl trioleate is mainly found in olive oil. Because the ester bonds are really sensible when adding a solution of sodium hydroxide, the triglyceride splits apart into glycerol and three sodium salts of the respective fatty acids that made up the triglyceride. One such chain has an end that is polar, meaning it is hydrophilic and it basically loves water. The tail of such chains is nonpolar, meaning it is hydrophobic and it hates water. Soap molecules arrange themselves in formations called micelles, and these micelles can trap a small droplet of oil inside them, cleaning the desired area. Making soap by the cold process is a more forgiving and beginner-friendly way to make soap. It requires less materials, however, it takes a longer time for the soap to cure and become hard. The general rule of thumb is that for every 40 grams of sodium hydroxide, you should use 50 grams of coconut oil, 250 grams of olive oil, and 100 milliliters of distilled water, which I forgot to mention in the slide. Sodium hydroxide is very corrosive and it can cause serious eye damage. I strongly advise you to invest in a pair of safety goggles and some nitrile gloves. Firstly, we are going to measure 52 grams of sodium hydroxide. Then, we are going to pour into a beaker around 110 milliliters of distilled water. Using tap water or any other type of water which is not distilled may contaminate the soap. We are also going to add the sodium hydroxide that we just measured earlier. Dissolving the sodium hydroxide is really exothermic and it generates a lot of heat. While we wait for our sodium hydroxide solution to cool, we are going to measure out 325 grams of olive oil, and I've also melted 65 grams of coconut oil. I've mixed everything around and now I'm ready to add my hydroxide solution. You can already see the color changing and this is an indicator of the saponification reaction that is taking place. I strongly advise you to also invest in a hand blender because it will make the process much easier. Once the soap has thickened up quite a bit, I'm now ready to add my scent, which is raspberry, and it is basically raspberry ketone. After giving everything a good mix, I added my soap mixture into some molds. After everything was poured, I tapped the molds in order to get rid of any air bubbles. I wanted to say that this is the first video I have ever made, so I hope you enjoyed. Bye!